the third one. Okay, well, according to a survey by a major marketing company, the percentage of people who send New Year's greeting cards has been declining every year. Most recently, the percentage was around 52%. So about a little more than half the people in Japan. Well, I happen to be within that 52%, the slim majority. And I do send New Year's greeting cards to my friends, to relatives, old colleagues, and so on. By the way, the rest of the people, they do send greeting cards, but by email or by line messages or by, whatever other electronic means, not by a postcard. And I often write to these postcards, let's get together this year. We really have to get together and go out for a drink. Now, how many people write things like that? I'm sure many of you do. Okay. Now, there are many people that I haven't really met, even though I write these messages because of the COVID situation that started, around 2020. But now the vaccination, most people are being vaccinated, and many of the rigid restrictions on traveling, restaurants, meeting people have been relaxed. So I'm sure many of you have plans that you put on hold. I call it the post-COVID to-do list. Meeting people, going out and seeing friends, and all these things. So if all of these rigid restrictions are removed, will you be ready to do all the things that you put on hold? Go through the list of the post-COVID to-do list. Will you make an effort to meet the people that you have sent your New Year's greeting cards and said, let's meet and go out for a drink? Will you travel to faraway places? Will you do the activities that you researched and you decided, I'm going to do this when COVID is over? Well, fellow Toastmasters, the pandemic will end someday, and all these restrictions will be gone. We will be free from these restrictions. But I believe this is a good time to really look and see if we really want to do these things. Do we really want to do this? Or did we put on the list because we feel obligated to do? Look deeply into your mind and see if you want to really do these things from your heart. Maybe the people that you said, let's go out for a drink someday, you won't see them even after COVID is gone, because these were just, pleasantries, just hollow messages. You wanted to write something on your New Year's greeting card rather than just send a blank message. Well, during the Golden Week, so that was about maybe 3 months ago, I finally decided to meet people that I haven't met for 2 years. I had lunch with a husband and wife at a very airy and well-ventilated restaurant in Tokyo. Before the COVID situation, I used to see them every few months to celebrate each other's birthday, go out with mutual friends, and so on. So it was a strange feeling to see them after 2 years. Oh, these people, I finally meet them in person. Although I talk to them on the phone from time to time. These people are in front of me, real people. Yes. The restaurant was next to a river. It was a table, we had a table right next to a window with a nice view of the river. It was a sunny day. The climate was nice, and I felt a breeze on my cheeks. I didn't have a mask at that time. I removed the masks, and we were so often used to covering our faces, and the wind doesn't touch our skin. I was feeling the nice breeze from the river, and I felt liberated. I felt free from these restrictions. the frustration due to this uncertain situation was like a cloud hanging over my head. And I felt like this imaginary cloud has been partially lifted, and the world looked a little brighter. It was a very, very nice feeling. Well, I believe that we should take the time to understand if our restrictions are external or internal. If they are external, like some regulations, then there's not much choice but to follow them. But if they are internal, all we have to do is change our mindset. So let's think, for example, wearing masks. These are external restrictions. But now the experts are telling us that if we are outside, we don't need to wear these masks. There's very little risk. So I stopped wearing masks when I'm walking outside. But I see many people still wearing masks. I would say probably about 90%. Why do they do that? Because maybe they feel they don't want to be different. They are restricted by their internal restrictions. Well, I have decided to remove my mask because I realized that there are no external restrictions and I'm free from the internal restrictions. And it's a great feeling. I felt free and liberated from my internal restrictions. There are many such things. Let's take a look and spend our time doing things that we really want to do and not be restricted by things that we feel we have to do it because of obligation or because we have to conform to others, not because we want to do. That way, I'm sure your mind and body will be liberated. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.